Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes, Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
This is Willett pot still.
Being very carefully poured.
Well, I'm trying my best because I'm trying to get it looking good. Don't know why I'm trying to get it looking good. I want to try and sound good. There you go.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Willett pot still. Remarkably controversial, the Willett pot still.
Why so controversial?
Well, in terms of people love it or hate it.
Ah.
Do you know why?
I thought there was going to be like some cool story to go with that, but
Do you know one of the reasons I love it so much?
is the shape of the bottle?
Do you remember the shape of the bottle is so cool? It's shaped like a pot still.
It's a very cool shaped bottle.
It
definitely stands out.
It's the first ever bottle that we brought back from the States. Do you remember this?
Yes.
We didn't know you could get it here in Australia, so we packed it in our luggage.
Very
and
carefully.
The shape of the bottle is such that the neck is obviously so fragile
It's a very, very long neck on the bottle.
that it's very vulnerable to snapping.
Yeah.
But
We were worried it wasn't going to come back in one piece. We had a great night out drinking it in
New York City, Brooklyn.
Yeah, in Brooklyn. It was amazing. So we brought it back and then we discovered you can get it here in Australia.
On the nose, like kind of, I get this a lot actually, that like apricottiness, like almost like a jammy kind of note
I was
of
going to say
sweetness.
sponge cake.
Oh, yeah. Let's go sponge cake.
Sponge cake.
Yeah, sponge cake.
I feel like I've just, you know, when you freshly slice a big piece of cake at, you know, someone's birthday party or something, and then like you take the piece out and there's that extra smell of delicious spongy jammy cream. That's what it smells like.
So much goodness. And then I get a little bit of oak on the nose as well, but I suppose all bourbon has oak on it. And then, I don't know, I love the way it tastes. It's got a...
It definitely has a sweeter smell than it does a taste, I think.
Do you reckon?
I think.
I reckon it's one of the few bourbons where I get a corny note. I almost never get that corn thing. You know
That they all talk about.
Oh, it's so corny.
This one's got the corn,
I
yeah.
feel like I never get that corniness.
It's got a little tiny bit of heat, but not too much. It doesn't last. But like,
Yeah.
because some of them I find like can be overbearing, but this has like got a nice little bit of heat and then it disappears, so it's like delicious.
So can I quickly tell the story and then we'll talk a bit about the distillery? We were staying in Brooklyn on one of our favourite trips to New York, probably ever still, right?
Yeah, it's our first ever trip away without the kids.
Was it?
Yeah.
First trip overseas without the kids or ever away without the kids?
Or maybe overseas without the kids.
Anyway.
It's our first big trip without the kids, so it was bound to be a great holiday.
Someone had recommended we go and eat barbecue next door, I think.
Yeah.
One of the guys on my team had said, go eat barbecue next door. And it was like, oh, there's a whiskey place next door. We're like, oh, we'll have a go at this.
Yeah.
And the bartender poured us a flight that wasn't a normal flight from his list. He's like, you want to try some cool stuff? Try these. And he's like, at the end, you've got to tell us what your favourite was. And he poured us some great things. I have no idea what they all were because this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
But-
and we weren't really connoisseurs of bourbon then. We still aren't now.
He said, what's your favourite? And did we both say this one?
Yeah. This is the one we picked.
And
I
he's
think
like-
you were slightly swayed by the bottle shape at that
Had
point.
I seen it at that point already? Or was
Yeah, I
I
think
tasting
so.
it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we went and found a bottle and we packed it in our, like, wrapped all the different bits of clothes around it so that it
T-shirts
didn't
and
break and was
socks and-
amazed when it got home safe.
Yeah, got home in one piece.
I reckon it's also one of the bottles for me that it was the first time that I bought the second bottle and realised that it tasted different and had that understanding of the way that different batches of bourbon are made as expressions or they're made to a flavour, but they're not always going to be perfectly consistent. And I felt like I could tell the difference between the two batches.
Yeah.
I've had that only with a few bourbons, and this is one of them.
Yeah. Is this one of the ones where they put the number on the bottle or not? Some of them they do and some of them they don't.
Well, this one does have a number on it, but I don't. Oh, yeah, it does. It
But
has
I
a
feel
batch
like-
number, yeah.
Yeah. So I think when they put the batch numbers on it, sometimes like you can come across like a really good bottle that you really, really love, and then you buy the same bottle next time, but it's a slightly different batch, so there'll be that slightly different flavour, which is, it's a good and a bad thing, I think, because you can come across your favourite bottle and it's amazing and delicious and you want to drink it. And then you go to get it again and maybe it isn't as good or maybe it's better. It's always a bit of fun.
And on bourbon social media, I feel like there's kind of two groups of people, and the group of people who really don't like Willett pot still is very big, and the group of people who like it is small, but they're pretty committed to liking it.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's about what batches people are getting.
Yeah, true. Well, if your first time you try it and it's not like the best,
Right.
but yeah,
Anyway, so I think this is different to the one I had, but I really like it.
it's nice.
I like bourbon anyway. It's
Yeah.
delicious. It's all a bit different. We went and visited the distillery
Yeah.
in Kentucky. It's quite a cool distillery, and you can see the pot still. So
The pot stills are beautiful. That room is amazing. It's like all these copper pot stills.
and
And they where they were from Scotland or
do they have more than one? They've definitely got like the one hero one
yeah.
you can get a photo in front of.
No, they had more than one.
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure there was like I can't remember the cool room with all the
No, you're thinking of Woodford.
nah
Okay.
ones that shaped like that.
Okay. All right, I
Maybe.
think you're thinking of Woodford, but at Willett, there's definitely
Cover that in
one
another episode.
pot still that is in the room you can get a photo with. But the thing that's interesting about bourbon production is that almost all bourbons that you drink are made in column stills, continuous column
Yeah.
stills. And so a pot still, which here in Australia, like the distilling industry is really new,
Yep.
but pretty much every Australian whiskey you drink, I don't want to say every one, but almost all of them are made with with pot stills, not column stills. So, and in Scotland and stuff, it's really big, and that they will talk about the quality that you get from a pot still instead of a column still.
Yeah.
I am nowhere near clever enough to know
The difference.
in the spirit. They talk about the oily nature or how kind of fine the floral characteristics are based on the neck of the top of the still. And
Yeah.
I don't know. This just tastes delicious.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
So
I say if you like it, drink it.
Hmm.
If you don't, move on to another bottle.
will it have some unbelievably sought after bourbons? The purple tops I'm thinking of in particular, but the family estate series, I might be getting that wrong, the family series. And then they have their other ones as well. But this one is kind of like I don't know, is it they're kind of like the one you can get most of?
Yeah.
And in Australia, pretty easy to kind of get
Yeah.
your hands on.
Dan's? Or
I don't know
not?
if you probably can get it at Dan Murphy's.
I don't know.
You can definitely get something online, guys. If you
Yeah.
search Willett Pot Still, you definitely can get your hands on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely available here in Oz and definitely worth a try.
Yep.
Easy to drink, but yeah, let us know if you fall into the category of love it or hate it.
Well, that's exactly right. And I did find the other day that someone in Australia had... So this is the 750 ml bottle that we're drinking from, but you can get up to 1.5 litre bottles of it, like mega bottles.
Oh, wow. We bought a teeny tiny little bottle,
Oh,
didn't we?
yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
We did. It's down in the cabinet
Yeah.
there. It's in Incy Wincy. So
Yeah.
you can get little different sizes and stuff. But because the bottle shape's so unique,
Yeah. But they're very cute and great gifts.
super hard to kind of confuse.
Yeah, yeah. Very easy to spot.
Yeah. When we had the Makers 46, you said you're walking into the kitchen, buttered toast. Are you getting any like crazy, unique flavours when you taste this? Because the buttered toast thing...
The smell
my
was
socks off.
definitely the sponge cake.
Yeah.
The flavour's more of a...
Sponge cake, so like that's going to be like some of the vanilla
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff?
The flavour's a bit more caramelly than sponge cake, I think. Like it kind of, like I said, doesn't taste like it smells. It's got that beautiful light, sweet smell, and then it's a little bit heavier. It's like a bit more caramelly and like maybe vanilla is still in the flavour, but not... The sponge cake is definitely in the smell, not the taste.
All right.
That's what I think.
I'm going to give you win the flavour description prize. I'm saying all the boring things everyone says. Oak and
Well, I always,
caramel.
whatever reason, like when I taste the flavour, it takes me back or takes me to a particular place or memory, or flavours are incredibly powerful that way.
I'm also getting like an oily mouthfeel,
Yeah.
which I love, like coats the mouth in a way that I really like. I'm not saying this is the pot still. I'm not. I know that Australian distillers would want me to say that, but I'm not saying that.
It might be.
It's
It
probably
might
not.
be.
I'm probably wrong. Anyway,
We'll just pretend it is.
Cheers.
Anyway, cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.